Hallo kijkers en welkom by vandag se episode van Erongo Talk. Dit is altyd heerlik om met julle te kan kuier en dankie vir julle almal wat gereeld by ons inskakel. Vandag saai ons uit vanaf Plaza Meer Mall hier in Swakopmund. Ons bring vir julle die nuus, die weer, vertel vir julle wat die vis heel moontlik gaan byt en Dr. Albin Jacobs gesels oor Stadio Namibië. Maar vereers gaan kyk ons na ons kalenderdag en vandag vier ons webwerf ontwerpdag. Sit gerus terug en geniet hierdie episode met ons.
Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. Erongo Talk aims to reach coastal residents, keeping them updated on what's happening in their community. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1of2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Erongo, The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and Namibia Media Holdings. Erongo Talk focuses on community news, weather update, fishing report, helpful tips, as well as sport and entertainment. For news-related or advertising queries, contact Erongo Talk at synergy.com.na.
Muscle and joint pain should not be the reason you can't perform at your best. Norflex Gel. It also shouldn't be the reason you miss that important deadline. Norflex Gel. Or miss those precious moments that matter the most. Norflex Gel. Norflex Gel penetrates through the skin, numbing the area and relieving pain and inflammation. Norflex Gel is now available in the pharmacy aisle and in supermarkets. New Norflex Gel Fort is available for stronger anti-inflammatory action.
Beat the pain with Norflex Gel.
In vandag se nuus, die bevordering van gemeenskappe, die Namibiese nasie in die algemeen en toekomstige vooruitsigte van die land sal afhang van die uitkoms van die parlementêre toesig werksessie oor die maksimalisering van die potensiaal van Namibië se energie- en mynsektor wat in Swakopmund plaasvind, sê die gouverneur van die Erongo streek, Neville Andre. Ons moet die beleid, wetlike en regulatoriese raamwerk wat die energie, mynbou en oliesektore in Namibië beheer regstel, insluitend die doeltreffendheid van die bestuurmeganismes wat vir hierdie sektore in plek is, sowel as toesig, monitering en afdwinging, het Andre gesê by die opening van die werkswinkel wat vanaf 29 Mei tot 3 Junie by die Seaside Hotel en Spa plaasvind. Die gouverneur het beklemtoon dat daar ook 'n kardinale behoefte is vir die hersiening van die beleid en praktyke wat verband hou met die omgewings- en maatskaplike impak van die mynbou, energie en olieaktiwiteite in Namibië. Hy het die hoop uitgespreek dat die werkswinkel praktiese planne sal identifiseer, die verskeie uitdagings en geleenthede vir die verbetering van die bestuur van hierdie sektore en die volhoubare bestuur van natuurlike hulpbronne in Namibië. Andre het ook 'n beroep op die voorsitters van die twee staande komitees gedoen om die finale verslag met beide die streek en plaaslike leierskap te deel, sodra dit in die nasionale vergadering aanvaar is. Hy het gesê, as die ryk natuurlike hulpbronne in die Erongo streek in ag geneem word, is dit die regte besluit om die mynbou en energie sektor Indaba in die streek te laat plaasvind. In nog nuus, die munisipaliteit van Walvis Bay is as die nuwe kampioene van die Namibiese plaaslike owerhede sport en ontspanningsvereniging Nalasra op Swakopmund gekroon. 42 plaaslike owerhede was in aksie by die 12de uitgawe van die spele. Walvisbaai het as algehele wenner uit die stryd getree, gevolg deur Swakopmund in die tweede plek en die verdedigende kampioen Windhoek in die derde posisie. Volgens die president van Nalasra, Daniel Maton, was konsekwentheid die sleutel vir die uiteindelike kampioene. Walvisbaai het goeie werk gedoen met 'n bestendige vertoning. Hulle het deur die loop van die byeenkoms punte geleidelik opgehoop wat 13 sportkodes geakkommodeer het by die geleentheid. Maton het gesê dat die byeenkoms 'n rekordgetal plaaslike owerhede geakkommodeer het met 'n geskatte 2000 atlete wat meegeding het. Dit het ook 'n groot kontantinspuiting verseker vir plaaslike besighede soos vulstasies, kleinhandelwinkels, restaurante en SME's in Swakopmund. Die bungalows was vol bespreek. Die speletjies bied ook 'n uitstekende netwerkgeleentheid vir personeellede van plaaslike owerhede benewens die bevordering van Swakopmund en sy toeriste aantreklikhede. Leidensmaton is baie meer aan die geleentheid en dit het die doel om te sien dat wedstryde deur deel 2 munisipaliteite aangebied word. Dit sal 'n geleentheid bied om meer sportfasiliteite te vestig en bestaande fasiliteite op te gradeer. Ons wil sien dat alle plaaslike owerhede deelneem. Hulle moet hulle eie sportfasiliteite en ontspanningsklub sowel as welstandsprogramme vir personeellede implementeer, het Maton gesê. Hy het bygevoeg dat Nalasra vorentoe wil verseker dat die speletjie liefdadigheidsorganisasies bevoordeel in die gemeenskappe waar dit aangebied word. Ons kan byvoorbeeld gelde instel en die fondse wat op hierdie manier gegenereer word aan waardige sake skenk. En dan ten slotte, Deep Yellow Limited en sy affiliaat Reptile Mineral Resources and Exploration het 'n skenking van sporttoerusting aan die Game Changers program by die MTC Dome in Swakopmund oorhandig. Die skenking ter waarde van 25.000 Namibiese dollar het sokker en netbalstelle sowel as balle ingesluit. Chantal Raymond, die Game Changer koördineerder by die MTC Dome, het haar dankbaarheid uitgespreek vir die ruimskenking en die potensiële voordele beklemtoon wat dit vir al die betrokke kinders inhou. Sy het gesê die geskenkte toerusting sal 'n noodsaaklike rol speel om gemarginaliseerde kinders tydens spansport te bemagtig, vertroue te kweek en dissipline te kweek. Onder leiding van toegewyde sportsafrigters sal kwesbare kinders en jeugdiges nou die geleentheid kry om 2 keer per week te leer en aan sokker en netbal sessies deel te neem. Die transformerende krag van sport as 'n hulpmiddel vir persoonlike ontwikkeling sal aan hierdie jong individue bekendgestel word. Benewens die sportafrigting sal mentorskap en jeugentrepreneursprogramme parallel loop wat hulle met waardevolle vaardighede en kennis toerus. Vanus Engelbreg van die hub by die MTC Dome het ook sy waardering vir die skenking oorgedra. Die toerusting sal ons in staat stel om die lewens van baie kinders te verander, terwyl hulle toegang kry tot sportgeleenthede wat hulle andersins nie sou gehad het nie, het hy gesê. En daarmee kom ons aan die einde van vandag se nuusuitsending. Gaan kyk gerus na meer stories uit die streek op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you.
Oh.
Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat.
I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss her every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Good afternoon, and today we have the honor of having Dr. Albin Jacobs in our studio, in the Erongo studio. Now, Dr. Jacobs is the head of campus for Stadio, Namibia. Dr. Jacobs, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. The first question I want to ask you is when was it started? When was Stadio started?
Well, Stadio is basically started in 2017. But before that, we were known as Southern Business School. I think it's a brand that is still quite well known in the Namibian industry. And the Southern Business School itself already started in 1996. So we've been around for quite some time under the different names. But Stadio came about because Stadio Holdings bought up a number of private higher education institutions in South Africa, and then of course also us. And out of that amalgamation process, Stadio was born. So Stadio is a private higher education institution. We offer qualifications on a distance mode across different fields of study, of course.
Okay, and if the students would like to register, how, where, and so on, just explain to us how and where can they register?
Well, we have two offices. We have an office in Windhoek, 24 Wagner Street in Windhoek West, and then we also have an office on Guadiva in Marula Mall to serve the northern regions. Students can register through different modes or different ways. They can either come to these offices and can be assisted in person. If you come in person to the offices, chances that you will walk out with your study material after that registration is quite high, because we do the printing and everything on site, and it will be made available to you immediately. The second option is that you can request the registration forms and application forms and all the information via email. You can email us at hellonum@stadio.ac.za or helloonguadiva@stadio.ac.za. We will send all the documentation, all the information to you. You can complete it and send it back to us, and throughout this process, one of the student support officers will assist you through that process, of course. And then we also have an online system. So if you go to our webpage at www.stadio.ac.za, you will find, if you go to distance education, you will find the Namibian part of the page, and once you are in there, you can download all the information, you can get all the forms, and you can also do an online application on the customer relationship management part of the page. And of course, we will then start to follow up as soon as we see your information on the system. Staff will start to follow up with you and assist you through this registration process. So those are the three ways that people can register. Of course, if they need any additional information, they can always call us at both these offices for more information and for more assistance.
Okay. And why did you decide a Southern Business School? Why was it decided to change the name to Stadio Namibia?
Well, that's basically Stadio Holdings bought out Southern Business School as part in order to amalgamate it into the new bigger institution. So Southern Business School, Lysof, and Embury, and these are some of the other institutions that were bought out as part of this whole process. And out of that, the new Stadio higher education was formed. And in this new group, we have about 41,000 students already, of course, here and in South Africa.
Wow.
So it's quite a big number, making us one of the biggest, if not the biggest, private higher education institution in Southern Africa. In Namibia, we usually have around roughly more than 3,000 students at the moment. So yes, that's basically what happened.
What is the advantages of distance learning?
I always tell people, I was attending a career fair in Walfish Bay yesterday and today, and I always tell the kids that distance education is the cheapest mode of education that is available. And there's always the thing that one has to be careful that you are not kept out of higher education due to peripheral cost of education. A lot of people cannot afford the accommodation, the pocket money, the transport, all these peripheral cost that is related to higher education. And that keeps a lot of people out of education. With distance education, you can study at your own pace, in your own environment. You don't have to go anywhere. Especially these days, distance education has really grown and evolved into a mode of education that can serve such a large group of people because of the developments in information technology. And distance education these days is not just, the old days where you received a little parcel in the mail and you have to deal with it on your own. There's a lot of support. There's online libraries, there's online support, there's online groups where you can interact with other students, you can interact online with the lecturers, you can get so much support online. So it's more a blended approach than just pure distance education. And I think that makes it accessible to a lot more people. If you look at Namibia, we are a very sparsely populated country. It is very costly to create sort of brick and mortar higher education institutions all over the place. And that makes distance education ideal for a country like Namibia. We have 15 exam centers across the country as well, so people can write exams in the closest possible exam center where they find themselves. And we find that most of our students are actually working people, people that are employed, that have families. It's older students in general. The average age of our students is around 37. But more and more, we are also getting younger and younger people. I think especially after COVID, a lot more people were introduced by default to distance education and online education. And a lot of them realize that it actually works for them. So I think those are the key advantages. It's the cost, it's the convenience, it's the fact that you are a little bit more in control in terms of when you study, how you want to deal with it. And I think that is what makes it work for a lot of people.
But you're busy with the second semester intake now, so just give the contact details and where you have branches again, in case someone missed it.
Yes, the second semester registration is now open. It will be open until the end of July. Yeah, end of July. So there's a lot of opportunity for people. I always say that a lot of students struggle in the beginning of the year with financial issues to get ready for the distance education programs. But therefore, the second semester is quite an opportunity for a lot of people. They are now ready. The opportunity is there. And we, of course, as I said previously, we have our offices in Windhoek and in the north. They can call us in the office, 083-331-0080. That's for both offices, Windhoek and Onkodiva. They can visit our webpage. We are also available on social media. On Facebook, we are Stadio Namibia. On Instagram, we are Stadio Namibia, formerly Southern Business School. And if they have any information requirements, they can also visit our webpage at www.stadio.ac.za to get more information. And of course, they can then follow up directly with the office.
Get your glow on with brand new shows on GoTV. It's your turn to sparkle in the kitchen with the help of Chef Asisipo.
Reserve your seat at the table and let's get cooking.
In this blazing hot new movie, the search for a missing daughter exposes devastating family secrets in Gurgram. And go on a dazzling new adventure with the heroic Prince Ivanhoe.
What is a hero without his sword?
Get your shine on with GoTV. Love it.
And now for your fishing report. Anglers experienced some really rough seas over the past weekend. The prevailing conditions made for some tricky fishing. There is, however, some good news with some awesome galjoen catches reported. Langstrand produced some really great catches. The anglers found the galjoen in the vicinity closer to Patriceberg site, which is the first turnoff immediately behind the Damraton breeding area. To the beach if you are heading from Swakopmund towards Walvis Bay. Using white mussel as bait did the trick to land the galjoen. Other areas also gave some galjoen, and they were Benny, Saroy Lorry and Grace Duinkie. The kop were a bit scarcer. Luandro Steenkamp went fishing between mile 22 and mile 17 during the Benguela Bash. He used sardines as bait and landed a 60 centimeter cob in really rough seas. Now here's a tip. If the seas are rough, try using a sinker that has wire arms. These act like an anchor would for a boat. This prohibits the sinker from rolling around until it gets stuck, and thus costing the angler time and money. The arms can unclip, so when you are reeling in the arms give way, and thus the sinker is free. With the next cast, one just clips the arms in again, and you are good for the next cast. Most leading tackle shops will have these sinkers. The following fish were caught at the Benguela Bash, with the fishing area between mile 32 and mile 8. Louis Arangis caught the biggest galjoen. Nico Jooste weighed in the biggest kop. Beatrix Cilliers caught the biggest blacktail. Sean Bootma reeled in the biggest spotty. De Wet caught the biggest barbel. Karel van der Bank hooked the biggest shy shark. And John Visser the biggest scent shark. Well done to all the top performing anglers who managed to do so in very tough conditions. This weekend, another interclub angling competition will take place at mile 30. In this format, all angling clubs from around the country fish against each other. This should be a better competition as the conditions could be more favorable. It seems that the water will calm down during this week with some strong winds expected on Sunday. We are fully into the cold winter months, so the trend should continue with the majority of fish catches consisting of galjoen. With the calmer seas, one should get some steamras and blacktail too. The cob bite all year round, but comes a little less eager during the colder months. You can check out the tides and best times for fishing on our website www.erongo.com.na, and with that we say tight lines.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future, not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Kykers, dit het alweer tyd geword om te groet. Onthou ons is daagliks op DStv kanaal 285 of GoTV kanaal 25 te sien. Julle kan ook 'n groot verskeidenheid van programme op ons NMH aanlyn TV kanaal 1up2.com geniet. Kry toegang tot meer nuus en ander stories op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na. Volg ons gerus op Facebook en raak deel van ons aanlyn familie. Vir jou advertensiebehoeftes, kontak ons by erongotalk@synergy.com.na of stuur vir ons 'n WhatsApp of Telegram na 0811 700 40. Ek herhaal die nommer, dit is 0811 700 40. Vereers groet ons.